tell the truth.
What's up, everybody? I know it's been a minute since I've gone live. I've dropped a few pre-produced videos. We're going to talk about what's happening in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to make some people angry today in the things that I'm going to say, because if you're rocking with this individual, Elon Musk, even Trump, you ain't FBA, you ain't ADOS, you not none of those things if you're rocking with these fellas, because after I tell you what's going on, you're not none of these things. You can't be FBA and you can't be ADOS if you are a supporter of Elon Musk and you are a supporter of Trump. And I'm going to tell you why. Because even though Elon Musk have had their little love boyfriend breakup, that don't mean a damn thing. I don't care about Trump and Musk breaking up and fighting back and forth, because you have two men who have power, two white men who have power and white supremacist ideology, ripping off people, taking away people who are regulators, people who regulate what's happening in our communities. Elon Musk going into Tennessee and bringing his supercomputer ideology and physical plant to life in Memphis is not only a manifestation of him trying to grab for more power, because he's chasing the power of AI, because he wants to be the main guy who controls AI. He wants a complete monopoly on AI at any cost, even if it's at the cost of black people becoming sick, getting impacted by the toxins that his plant has been putting out forth. This has been going on since 2024, a year ago, last summer. And even though there's been reports on YouTube about this, it ain't stopped, everybody. It's continuing. And one of the things that Elon Musk did with his Doge program, because it was Donald Trump who brought him in the fold. So I'm sorry, both of them are at the hip in what's happening to black people in Memphis, Tennessee, particularly Boxtown. I'm going to tell you about Boxtown, and you'll understand why. If you're FBA, if you identify yourself as FBA, if you identify yourself as ADOS, and you support either one of these men, you ain't ADOS and you ain't none of these things, because you can't support these individuals when you see what they're doing to black folks in Boxtown, Memphis, in the county of Shelby County. When I break it down to you, you'll understand why you can't identify with any of those things if you support both of these jokers right here. The gloves are off, ladies and gentlemen. The gloves are off. You see, you notice these guys are at the hip. You see, even though Elon Musk has broken up with Trump, Trump's really not saying a lot of nasty things about him, because Elon's got the receipts. He's got the paperwork. He knows the dirty deeds of his boy Trump. They're both two peas in a bucket. This man is a Afrikaner. Remember, Donald Trump brought those racist Afrikaners over here, lying and saying that they were political refugees when they're not. The South African government said that that was cap. And we forget that Elon Musk is one of these Afrikaans. So him bringing his company into a black community and not giving a damn about how his company, that's the factory that he has in Memphis, not giving a damn about how he's impacting black people in Memphis. He don't give a damn, because he comes from a country in a continent we call Africa, South Africa, where the Afrikaans control the majority, what was it, 70% of the land that they control. His family's made their money off of oppressing black people. Okay? Elon Musk is a racist. He's a true international white supremacist, meaning a white man who is inferior to us but believes he's superior to us. So he do what most of them do, which is to inflict their power, their wealth, their economics upon anywhere they go, and then leaving disaster behind. Right? Now, these buildings here, These were vacant buildings that he turned into a supercomputer for AI, which he uses on his TikTok, I think, as well, or his X, as he took that over. And so when you look at this, you say, is this a brother right here? Is this good for us? Is this technology really good for black people? What is the cost of this technology to the lives and the health of black people in Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee? What is the cost when we're looking at a community, everybody, that is poor? They've already gone through a lot with the air pollution from the coal factory that was there. Let me read this to you right here. I've got all my receipts today. The neighborhood is home to now a retired island fossil plant, which left behind piles of toxin coals that Tennessee Valley authorities only begin to remove in 2021, y'all. Okay? Memphis refinery in the neighborhood refines oil next to a public park in 2021 and 2023. Gas fuels at the facility released toxins into the air. So black people were already impacted in Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee, by the things that were going on. This is called environmental racism. Now you say, well, what does Trump got to do with this? Because Trump, he destroyed the EPA. The first thing that Elon Musk did is he got rid of all the executives that were involved in doing what? Regulating the air pollution in a community. He got rid of all the stuff that Joe Biden put in that was to protect and provide money and resources to help communities like Boxtown that have been impacted by the pollutants that were left there by other companies. And they were in the midst of doing this for the last couple of years when Trump came in and put out those executive orders saying that there's no such thing as climate change, climate effect. There's no such thing as coal affecting people, saying that, hey, coal and this old school type of energy is the future. No, it's not. Then he goes around and he says, I don't believe in the green new scam, which is bullshit. This is bullshit. Black people were impacted by the environment, these companies coming in and poisoning them with all sort of toxins, just like Elon Musk is doing right now. And then Joe Biden, I got to give it to his credit, he put in provisions to stop this, to make these communities a priority, and Trump comes in with an executive order, wipes the whole thing out. Then Elon Musk comes in with his Doge bullshit, and he begins getting rid of all the people who engage in the checks and balances. So that's why he was able to go into that community. He got in that community in 2024, been in that community and still in that community right now, and he got rid of certain people who were investigating what he was doing. He lied and said he was only using 15 turbines, which put out a lot of heat and emissions. Come to find out, he's got about 35 turbines on this factory. I've got video to show y'all today. I've got receipts, and I got something to tell you. And this is that. If you're a supporter of Elon Musk, a man who came in and destroyed the environmental protections to communities like Boxtown and many other black communities, he was able to do it because of his partnership with Trump, because Trump destroyed everything. He fired people. Elon Musk came into federal service and fired all those federal workers who were responsible for trying to work with communities like Boxtown, Memphis, to fight off these type of monsters that come in. Let me give you a graphic of Boxtown and what's been going on there. Now, right here is the community in Boxtown, Memphis. You got the Mississippi River. You've got the water. You got the wastewater plant, which has not been in good condition, y'all. Elon Musk lied and said that he was going to create a system where his facility would not affect the black community there at all. That he would create some water system to help out their water and their waste system. That's been a lie. Nothing has happened to date. So you got the water plant that's in disarray. Then you got TVA Coal. They left They left damage there. These are companies that were there that left a lot of damage. Then you got TVA gas plant left damage. East Coal ash, all of this shit was left there in this black community, and black people are dying of sicknesses. They're getting cancers. They're getting asthma. They have the highest level of asthma there and what have you. So what I'm saying is there was already damage in this community. Elon Musk, like a vampire, like those vampires on Sinners. These white racist folks are just like, think of them as just like those vampires in the movie Sinner, where they're trying to get into the door and black folks are like saying, nah, we ain't letting you in. Elon Musk, the problem with Elon Musk is that he was able to get into this community because the doors were open for him. Somebody opened the doors for him to come in. Nobody said, we can't let you in because we know what you're about. We know your track record. Nah, they let this vampire, and you know who let him in, these no good, no nothing good black politicians, these know nothing good black politicians. These black politicians are going to be the death of us, everybody. They let this vampire come into the door, and what did the vampires do in the movie Sinner? They devoured, they stole black people's soul. They trapped black people's soul. They deleted black people, deleted who they really were. Elon Musk is that same vampire in the movie Sinners. He's that same vampire. You best to believe that what I'm saying is the truth. Don't play with me today. He's that same vampire, and somebody in Memphis let this fool in the door. And now that he's in the door, because these vampires need your permission to be able to get into your home, get into your community, and do damage to you. And that's what they did. They allowed Elon Musk to get in there, the black politicians, the governor, all these folks that sold these black people out who were already living in poor conditions, already suffering from what had happened to them from previous industrial plants. He comes in there with this promise that he was going to fix everything up. And yes, from all accounts, Elon Musk is not taking any public money. He's spending his own money. You're going to hear the mayor say this. And the mayor talk about how, oh, this is good for we got to figure out how we can utilize Elon Musk. We got to figure out how we can, utilize Elon Musk and get his company to benefit our people and benefit our community. We got to, this man is talking about he going to fix up our water. Elon Musk has done nothing. And this Negro that you see on this screen, this ninja that you see on this screen, like many ninjas, they're always raccooning out, right? Always. We can't get enough of these raccoons. So he's singing one song about how he thinks it's a good thing because of the money, but what good does it mean to sell your soul to the devil, just like in that movie Sinners? What good does it, Mayor Young? This is Mayor Young, the mayor of Memphis. What good? Everybody in the chat room, thank you for being here. From Yalpo, Alicia, Fatora Afro, Real Life with Anthony, thank you for being here. Southern Breeze, thank you for being here. And my man, Real Aaron Collins, good to see you, brother. Everybody, YouTube is messing with my channel. You notice all the videos that I've uploaded in the last couple of weeks, they're not getting views. All the other stuff that I put out prior to that, if I'm talking about some polarizing content, that gets views. If I put out a video about what's happening to black women in the workforce, that gets no views. If I do a video about what's happening in Tulsa, Oklahoma, with the way they're coming up with this, this trust fund, and by doing so, you're letting the city off, you're letting the state of Tulsa, Oklahoma off the hook. The government's not doing anything to come up with a reparations plan as well because they owe them. And you got the mayor there, bless the mayor, he's the one that's coming up with this $105 million reparations trust fund that they're going to still have to get people to donate to. That ain't a real reparations fund. No, I did that video. That don't get no views. Nobody don't give a damn about that. You know, if I do something more polarizing than that, that gets views. This video won't probably get no damn views because black people, I think sometimes black people on YouTube don't give a damn about what's happening to other black people at the hands of white folks that have power like Elon Musk or Trump, who they want to love, they want to follow them down the dungeons, because the black folks that support an Elon Musk and a Donald Trump, those are the black folks like in the movie Sinner who got bit by the vampires and now they become vampires themselves.
Tell the truth.
And it's really, how can I say? It's really a damn shame. These are just the realities that we deal with on YouTube when you're doing real content about real issues. As I said before, this is the community that was dealing with 17 other pollutant facilities, including an oil refinery, steel plant, and gas-fired powered plant used to fight for clean air. They're dealing with some terrible things in this community, and Elon Musk being let in the door, it didn't help them. In early April, the Southern Environmental Law Center reported that it's called XAI, that's his company. XAI had 35 gas turbines on site, more than double the 15 previously reported, likely making it the largest source of air pollution in the whole country, y'all, of the United States of this America. This is what he's up to. This is the audacity that he's up to. This is what he's up to, everybody. I just want y'all to understand this, what I'm saying to you. If you're with me, you're hearing where I'm coming from, put sevens in the chat room. This won't be a long stream today. I appreciate you. But like I said, I'm noticing something, everybody. If I do real content that really matters, not celebrity stuff, not what's going on in sports, I can get more views on my Prime Sports Media channel, drop a video over there, that video get damn near 10,000 views in no time. But if I do a video of real substance on this channel, YouTube won't promote it to people who want the content, and they damn sure won't send out the notifications to the people that are subscribed to this channel who particularly like this type of content. Now, let me get to my main point here. This is why if you identify yourself as FBA, if you identify yourself as ADOS, this is why you cannot rock with Elon Musk, and you damn sure can't rock with Trump, because Trump is the reason why the environmental protections have been gutted. So black communities will be impacted. We are the most impacted by environmental racism. I did a whole video about this when I talked about Project 2025. Nobody listened. Nobody listened when people were doing videos about the Project 2025, and now every damn thing that was in that project is coming to light right now. And even though we see Latinos and other groups of people being escorted out of this place, right? You see what happened in LA. They had a little small riot. Trump is sending, he wants to send, the guards, the National Guards into Los Angeles and arrest people and what have you, right? We warned the Latinos about this was going to happen to them. They got to hold their own nuts. Okay, they really got to hold their own nuts. And black people, we have to hold our own nuts as well. Because while they're catching hell right now, it don't mean that we're not going to catch no hell under this man's policies. Now, let me let you know why you are a traitor if you support these two clowns. Here we go. And I don't care how you feel about it, but it's the truth. This is why this community in Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee, is a FBA ADOS community. It's a community that was built by ex-slaves in Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee. Ex-slaves in Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee, built their homes shortly after signing off the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. This time period saw a significant influx of freed slaves and freemen into Memphis, which became a haven for those seeking new opportunities and safety after the Civil War, y'all. This is history. The community earned the name Boxtown because of the residents facing limited resources, which they already got right now still, utilizing discarded wood. They utilize discarded wood and materials from train boxcars to construct their own homes. That's why it's called Boxtown. You see, on the Information Man show, you not only get the information, you not only get the story, but you get the basis behind it. You get the history behind it. They built homes. This is a town of foundational black people. This is a town of American descendants of slavery. So if this is a town of American descendants of slavery and foundational black Americans, since y'all want to use, we want to use that to these different terms, these interchangeable terms. Since this is a town and we got people on social media, we got people on X, we got people on YouTube constantly talking about, I'm FBA, I'm FBA. If you are FBA, and I'm telling you what they're doing to the descendants of these people in Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee, where Elon Musk is poisoning them, allegedly poisoning them with his factory, the fumes, all the toxins, those damn turbines he's got down there, and I got video to prove it. And black folks are in up arms down there about this whole thing. And this is the sick thing about Elon Musk. He calls it the Colossus supercomputer. Elon Musk drives towards data center AI technology. Now, do you know what Colossus means? There was a movie back in the 1970s. For those of you who may not know, look this up. There was a movie. The movie was about a supercomputer that took over the world. Did y'all hear what I just said? A supercomputer that took over the world.
Information is power.
Elon Musk is a sick puppy, y'all. He uses a term for his computer facility, using the term Colossus, because he knows that Colossus was a fictional AI system in a movie that was predicting the day in which AI could take us completely over. This is a real sick puppy. This is the inside of his facility. These are the descendants of those freemen, those foundational black people, those ADOS people right here. This is Boxtown. This is a community. These are two sisters right here that live in this community. So if you call yourself any of that, you cannot be a supporter of Donald Trump. If you are a supporter of Donald Trump, if you are a supporter of Elon Musk, you are a traitor. You are not FBA. You are not ADOS. You are not a freeman. You are a sellout. You are a raccoon. That's what you are. And I don't care who you are watching me right now, what channels that know me, if you make the claim that you're ADOS and that you're FBA and you support Elon Musk and you support Trump because Trump is the one that gave him the rope to do what he was doing by putting out those executive orders, and that this is going to harm other black communities, not just Boxtown, but other black communities that are already in situations where they're being impacted by the environment and nobody gives a damn. See, why everybody's talking about Elon Musk and Donald Trump's breakup, which to me, that ain't what's important. Who cares about their breakup? Both of them are narcissistic, individual, sick psychopaths. Who cares about their breakup? What's more dangerous is what they've done to the community. And people are saying, stop killing us. They're saying, stop it. People are in outrage. These are clips from some of the town hall meetings where people are saying enough is enough. Y'all think I'm playing around when I say the things that I'm saying right now. The recent news report indicated that Trump administration, in cooperation with Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, has targeted the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, for significant budget reduction, specifically the proposed cuts. Reports suggest that the proposed 65% reduction in EPA budget, this cut would significantly impact funding for critical programs like the clean water, drinking water, state revoked funds, which are major sources of federal funding for local water infrastructure. Boxtown is suffering from this right now. So whatever Boxtown was getting help in has been cut when the Elon Musk and the Trump team come on in. Some sources indicate that the EPA will also likely lay off a significant number of scientists and other employees. Yes, they did. Impact of the cuts: 65% reduction would likely decline funding, or it will impact funding for critical programs. Critical arguments that these cuts could, people argue that these cuts could hinder the EPA's ability to protect clean air and water and hold polluters accountable. So you see what I'm saying? Elon Musk takes over a facility. He's putting pollutants in the air, but he cuts the very people who could cut him in half. You see how this all works, y'all? You see how this all works? Let's put this up here. An increased pollution and health risk by promoting fossil fuel development, potentially rolling back environmental regulations. These orders could, this is Trump's orders, could affect the issue around pollution and health disparities in black communities. What did I say? Which are often disproportionately located near pollutant industrial. Weakened environment protections could lead to increased exposure to air and water contaminants, worsening the health conditions like asthma and heart disease. And guess what? Memphis as a state, not as a state, Memphis as a city has one of the worst health, air quality, has some of the worst asthma cases amongst anybody in our country. I think they lead the country in having the worst pollutants, cancer cases, asthma, and guess who's being stricken by this? Black people. So when Donald Trump, the psychopath, comes in and cuts these programs, then he allows his boyfriend, Doge boy, Elon Musk, to come in and do more of the dirty work for Trump, while at the same time benefiting economically off of trying to create this supercomputer that he created, but at the expense of the health of the people in this community, is a damn shame. And then we got black mayors talking about, well, I think that this could be good for the community if we just learn how to, how we can make this white man benefit us, Shit. Let me let y'all see something right here. Y'all think I'm playing with y'all. I'm not playing with you. Y'all think I'm playing with y'all. Check this out. Check out this clip right here, y'all. Check this out.
Oh, yeah, Elon Musk is in the building. Oh, Elon Musk is crazy as a roll, is crazy as hell. And but look, Paul's like, but he had.
I hate this part right here where he says, but. So he admits that Elon Musk is crazy as a booger, but he's gonna say a but. What is that but gonna be all about, y'all?
But he has set up XAI in right here in South Memphis. Give us your thoughts, man. And it seems like they're asking for more.
Yeah, well, so the reality is they hadn't really asked us for anything.
Okay.
This is the mayor of this particular community of Memphis. This is the mayor. Watch, listen how he's buck dancing here.
I mean, they're buying land and they're building things.
Yeah.
There's no incentives.
Right. Yeah.
Usually when a big company comes, they want to know how much can you reduce their taxes. Not only have they come in, and this is not me trying to give them praise, this is just the facts. They came in, they got no tax breaks, which means on the billions of dollars that they have invested, our community will be able to invest those dollars into things like transit and schools and all the other things. But not only did they do that, they're also helping us on some of the things that we need. They're building a gray water facility, $70 million investment, which is going to take water from the wastewater treatment plant that we have. It's going to clean that water and use.
Now, let me stop it right there, everybody. This is what the mayor hoped that Elon Musk is bringing to the community. None of this shit is reality. This is the stuff that he hoped. Now he's right. Elon Musk came in. He didn't ask for any tax dollars. I guess he spent his own money building a facility. But the point is that the mayor is not figuring out is that what difference does it make if you got a clean water system, but they don't have it right now? What difference does it make if he's bringing in all this money into a community if you don't have any citizens that are alive to benefit from it? If your citizens are sick, Mayor, it doesn't make a difference how much money you brought in if your population is dying, sir. So him bringing in this money that you feel that you could benefit from, you're not looking at the overall health of your community. You're not even looking at the health of the children in your community and how the kids are going to be impacted by what he's doing. That you already have the highest level of poor air quality in your community that you are mayor of. You already have some of the worst asthma and cancer cases. You've got all this oxide and all sort of chemicals. Do you know that the stuff that Elon Musk is emitting from his factory, everybody? Did you guys know that the stuff that's coming from his factory, the pollutants that are coming from his factory, you can't protect yourself from it. If you live anywhere near this area, once you breathe the air, it gets into your bloodstream and it already corrupts your system from within your body. You can't hide. You can't run. The minute that you are around Elon Musk's factory, breathing the fumes, and even if you live anywhere in the area, like these women right here, this is a home in Boxtown, which they originally built their homes from box railroad carts when they built this town. But this is some of the houses in the community. Okay. This is very, very important stuff here. Shelby County, where these black folks live at. Shelby County exceeds the national limits on smog, according to the Southern Environmental Law Center. In 2024, the county earned an F in ozone pollution from the American Lung Association, everybody. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Do y'all get what I'm saying? This is not good. These are people protesting. Shelby County. Memphis was ranked as the 15th most challenging place to live with asthma by the Asthma Allergy Foundation of America just last year, 2024. What I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen, ain't something from ancient time. This is happening right now. Yalpo, thank you for the super chat. You say, keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Thank you. The real Aaron Collins says, you do remember that Memphis is the same city that black police officers unlived Tyree Nichols, right? Yes, I do, my brother. They got problems there. Tiffany Jackson says the black community stay taking one step forward and three backwards because of the people like this. We have never had consistent loyalty black leaders. No, we don't, because we got brothers like this. Now, look. These people are putting up a fight. I don't want y'all to think. I got a video for y'all that's going to blow you away. It's a 16-minute video that's going to take us home, going to take us out of here. That's going to really wake up your eye. I'm just giving y'all the surface. The video going to give you the details. This brother right here was fighting. This sister right here is fighting. These people are fighting against the likes of Trump, right? And mainly the guy who's the culprit is this man, or the mayor, continues to keep telling these people, well, we got to figure out a way to make what Elon Musk is doing benefit us. Now, I do understand fundamentally that as a mayor, it's his job to bring in money to the city and opportunities and resources. I do understand that. But on the flip side of that, Elon Musk is not doing any of those things right now because your constituents, Mayor, are getting sick. So you got to ask yourself, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat room, what's more important? That you get all the money? And if you get all the money and you don't have any constituents that are alive. So this Negro right here is so focused on the money that Mayor Young is not focused on really what's happening to your people that you're supposed to represent in this community. And I got a problem with Young. Check this out. This is what he said, everybody. I got the receipts. During the event, Young touted the tax revenue that XAI will bring to the community and how the company will build a water recycling facility, also selling water to TVA. That's that other facility that I showed you on the map. Still, and allow them to cease using water from other aqueducts. The Daily Memphis News has seen reports that the company is being taxed on total investment of $2.2 billion for sure of the $12 billion previously touted by the chamber. The $33 million in tax revenue to the city and the county will make XAI the second largest taxpayer in the county, second only to FedEx, said Ted Thompson, president of the Great Memphis Chamber. In an interview with MLK 50, White pointed out that the tax revenue will grow as XAI expands. It will be economic development. We allow a company to bring billions of dollars to our community to go half the mile down the street to end up in Mississippi. So they're concerned. They were concerned that Elon Musk, the mayor, was concerned that Elon Musk would take his company to Mississippi down the road. But where they're missing is that these people, like this sister that you see on the screen here, who lives in a community, they're suffering. They're suffering from asthma. I think you're going to see a video where one sister says that her grandfather passed away because of the environment there, because of what he has brought. Here's an old school picture from back in the day of this is another facility right there, right behind him. This is probably from the 50s, I guess. And here goes some black folks that were collecting wood. I guess they might have had a farm or something. And here's a factory right behind them, polluting their community that they built. Okay, black people, we can't get a break. Here's another black woman right here who has suffered from this pollutant in this community. These people are standing up. Elon Musk has built the world's largest supercomputer in Memphis, and residents are fighting back against the exploitation of the city's resources. Let me let you hear some more of this.
Use it to cool their computer, but it's also going to cool water, going to clean water that can also be used for TVA, because they're taking it from the aquifer.
Right.
So the question is, TVA is the other facility. Let me put this back on the screen here. I want to be very thorough. So on the screen, TVA is the cooler. Look over to your right. You got TVA coal. You got TVA gas plant, right? That's what he's talking about. He's saying that Elon Musk is going to take water to cool down the supercomputer that they have in this factory, right? And that somehow they're going to, in turn, take that same water to help out their TVA gas plant or their TVA coal plant. Their water plant over here. They go to water plant. But I'm letting y'all know, all these plants are in bad condition. All these plants have left toxins. The East Coast ash, that left toxins. That's not there anymore, but they're hoping that this white man, this devilish white man, this vampire, just like on the movie Sinners, they're hoping that this vampire that they've let into the goddamn door is going to somehow cool their water. And you think that Musk is not going to be looking out for himself first? And the reason why Musk chose this community, because of the idea that it would be less resistance, that the people in this community are black, they're poor, they can't fight me, I can do whatever I want, and I've got the president to back my play. And that's the damn truth.
Tell the truth.
And I'm going to say again, if you are a supporter of Elon Musk and even Trump, and you call yourself FBA or ADOS, you ain't FBA and you ain't ADOS. Because how can you sit up here and support this shit when I told you that this community in Boxtown was created by true freemen, true FBA, true ADOS? The people that live in this community, like these women right here, they're true ADOS. They're true FBA. They're true freemen because they're descendants of slavery. Those that were enslaved, they built this town. That's why it's called Boxtown, out of railroad boxes. This is the foundation. We're talking about foundational American. They are foundational. And if they're foundational and we out here touting this foundational stuff, then there's no way we can support Trump or Elon Musk because of what they've done with the environmental protection agencies and what Elon Musk is doing currently to poison these black people in this community. And he's getting away with it. Even though people are trying to stop him, they're doing investigations, they're trying to stop him, but he's been doing it for a minute. This has been going on since last damn summer.
To cool their facility.
Right.
And so this is going to be a public asset that we're going to inherit. So,
Right.
you know, with all of the good and bad of all the narrative and noise around him as a person, the investment that they're making stands to benefit our community greatly. And my goal is to make sure that our people can take advantage of what the statement means to have the world's largest, strongest supercomputer right.
How can black people take advantage of anything, brother, if they're not alive, if their health is poor? If anybody knows about the healthcare industry, it's a damn shame that we call it an industry, everybody. But if you got a real serious sickness, that sickness and that medical bill could wipe out all your generational wealth. It could wipe out all your wealth. So while this ninja is sitting up here talking about what Elon Musk could be a benefit to this black community, how can they benefit if everybody is sick in your community? If everybody is coughing up blood? If everybody is dying? If children have asthma? If kids are catching cancer? Women are catching cancer? If people are dying? Why is this Negro not thinking about it like that? Because we don't have real black leadership anymore. We don't have any Malcolm X's. Hell, we don't even have any Dr. Kings. We have a bunch of get along, to go along raccoons. We got guys. See, what's happened is that the mayor Young of Memphis, he's thinking about the money, right? I get it. He's thinking about the money, but he's also thinking about how he can elevate his career as a politician and not thinking about what it's doing to black folks. This is a shame. I got another video for y'all. Check this out. This brother makes a lot of sense. If this was happening in a white community, do you think Elon Musk would be able to get away with this already 2 years into the process now? What is it, a year and a half? Because he got there. I think this thing has been busting loose since 2024, and it hasn't changed. What do you all think? Check this out.
Elon Musk put 35 gas turbines next to a white, wealthy neighborhood with no permits. The government would have shut that down yesterday. But in Memphis, in a majority black, low-income community, It's being called innovation. So last summer, Musk's AI company, XAI, rolled into southwest Memphis and set up shop in an abandoned factory. They called it Colossus, hyped it as the world's most powerful AI training supercomputer, and promised hundreds of jobs and millions in taxes. But what they didn't mention, dozens of gas-powered turbines were installed on site.
Right.
These things kick out toxic pollutants, nitrogen oxides, formaldehyde, fine particles that go straight into your bloodstream. And guess what? They're running without air permits. XAI claims it's using a loophole that allows temporary turbines, but environmental groups say that's BS. These are huge and dangerous, and they've been there for almost a year. Local leaders like Representative Justin Pearson weren't even told this was happening. He lives 3 miles from the site. Same with residents who are now experiencing all that smog.
Now, I wanted to say this, everybody. I forgot to tell you that Elon Musk, and this is what happens when you don't have the EPA and various inspectors that they fired under the Trump administration with the help of Elon Musk and his Doge operation, that he was able to come into this community with those, it was more than 15 turbine. Come to find out it was 35 turbine that he had running, allegedly. He was able to come into this community and did not have air. If you open up a factory and you're putting out emissions, you have to have air quality permits so that they can be able to tell you and regulate you and say, no, you can't have that many burning. Elon Musk came into this community and had claimed to have 15. We're finding out now that it's 35. But he never had a permit, which means he should have never been able to operate. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Put sevens in the chat room. He shouldn't even be able to operate.
And dangerous, and they've been there for almost a year. Local leaders like Representative Justin Pearson weren't even told this was happening. He lives 3 miles from the site. Same with residents who are now experiencing all that smog. And this isn't a one-off. Southwest Memphis already has 17 polluting factories, the worst ozone levels in the state, and the highest child asthma hospitalization rate in Tennessee.
See? Did you hear what that brother said? They have some of the worst. The children are gonna be sick too. You got the mayor Young talking about, well, you know, if we could just if we could just benefit from the master's company, you know, he gonna fix our water up. He ain't fix no water up. He don't even have air quality permits, mayor. You the mayor of the city. Why didn't you get on the job and make sure he had them permits? And well, you know, we're gonna get $2 billion, and that will surely help my constituents. Even though after it's all said and done, nobody will be alive. There will be no black people alive. But I feel that it'll help the community, even if we don't have no black people alive. Y'all see how crazy that is?
This isn't about tech jobs. This is about sacrificing poor black neighborhoods in the name of AI hype. Mm-hmm. It's not innovation, it's exploitation with a new interface. And now, with Trump EPA rolling back environmental protections and pushing more AI expansion across the country, you think Memphis is the last place this will happen?
Now, he's right. Memphis is not the last place it's going to happen, but didn't that brother just say what I told y'all? Trump rolled back all the environmental protections. That means that not only Elon Musk can roll into a black community and do havoc, but all these companies could roll into a black community and do some serious damage. Trump administration rolled back consideration of environmental justice and federal decision making. Check this out. For 4 years, the environmental protection agencies made environmental justice one of the biggest priorities, working to improve health conditions in heavy polluted communities, often made up largely of black people, y'all. I see you, Tiffany Jackson. You say he's also looking at access to cheap land. There is plenty of land in Phoenix area for supercomputers built. the land is not cheap. Plus, those yet people would not allow it white folks are not going to allow this in their community, but they'll come into black communities because they figure there's less resistance. What's going on? Informant Media, Beverly Palmer, Alicia, all of y'all that's here, Elevate Mind Healing, everybody that's here, I appreciate you, but this truth must be told, okay? Now, as I was reading, Latino and low-income communities, Americans, now that short-lived era is over. President Donald Trump, in his first week, eliminated a team of White House advisors whose job it was to ensure the entire federal government helped communities locate near heavy industry parts and roadways. Trump eliminated the Justice 40. So Justice 40 is an initiative that was initiated by Joe Biden administration that had created it to require 40% of the benefits from certain environmental programs to go hard hit communities. So the goal is they're supposed to give money back to hard hit communities by these situations to help these communities get back on their feet. So they say. More. In making a decision this week, Trump eliminated federal policies dating back to the Clinton era, which had established government priority of addressing environmental health problems for low-income and minority groups. He also withdrawn the nation from the Paris Agreement aimed at combating climate change. Another thing, Trump moves advance many of the goals laid out in the Paris and Project 2025, as I told y'all. Project 2025 is what this was about. The Heritage Foundation backed plan that he denied tied to doing the campaign. He denied ties to it, but he was part of it, which calls for the ending of many policies designed to protect the environment and fight climate change. Do y'all see what's going on here? Hit sevens if y'all see what's going on. Hit it. Let's go.
This is crazy. What do we call it when billionaires get to poison communities without permission and the government just looks the other way? Because that sure doesn't sound like democracy.
Nope.
What do y'all think?
No, it's not democracy. It's not democracy at all, everybody. This is highway robbery being invoked by Donald Trump and his nonsense. And Elon Musk is the instrument of this all. And I say these guys, everything that they did goes hand in hand to what Elon Musk has done to this community, and it opens up the door for many other companies to do the same. We already have had these problems prior, but now it's going to be worse. It's going to be ramped up. And we got 3 years of this dude called Trump, right? Now, Elon Musk can have his falling out with him. It doesn't matter. He's still doing damage. He's still going to be able to do damage. Because we'll always have buck dancing, no leadership, black men like Young in Memphis who will make excuses for what's going on because he sees the bigger picture, which is, well, we're going to get some money. You know, we're going to get I understand Memphis is a poor city. Okay. It's a very, very poor city. Black people are living, in poverty line. They're living in, they're not living ghetto fabulous. And, black folks need the money. I want to give you the breakdown financially. Now, the black community is about 90, if I'm not mistaken, it's 96 point, I think it's 96.1% of the community is black. The area code that people are now touting is that it's 38109. The people of 38109 are the main people being affected by this. Okay? The median household income is about $37,000. The poverty rate is more than 31% in this community of Boxtown, Memphis, Tennessee. The residents feel the neighborhood has been forgotten and lacking in grocery stores, good good roads, and more. So I understand why the mayor thinks that the money that he's gonna get, and not all money is good money, y'all, too. Okay. But the mayor is thinking that, hey, we're gonna get all this money from Elon Musk and maybe I can fix up some of this stuff. Now, maybe that's what he's thinking. But what I'm here to tell you right now, everybody, the community has not benefited from anything that Elon Musk has done to date. This has been going on since 2024, and they're not benefiting. They're actually hurting and getting sicker and sicker by the day. By the day, by what's going on in this community. Let me show y'all the video. This video, when I watched this video the first time, it made me very, very angry and sick to my stomach. I want to preface this and let you all know that you may become angry and you may become sick to your stomach when I reveal the video by More Perfect Union. Shout out to More Perfect Union that put this documentary together. It's a short 17-minute video. I'll stop it when I need to just to say a few words, because when you use content like this, YouTube requires you to make it unique by making a few comments. So please understand that. But I'm going to play it for you, and I want to let you know and warn you, you will become sick to your stomach and you will become angry, because this is what Elon Musk is doing to the community. And he's had help from Donald Trump, who gave him the leash to be able to do what he's doing in that community right now by what he did at the federal level, firing people that could keep him in check. And anybody, again, who claims to be FBA or ADOS, you cannot claim that if you rock with either one of these dudes right here, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, the two white supremacists. One that comes from South Africa, where you know they did Africans wrong. They did South Africans wrong over there, and he benefited from it. His family benefited from it. And we know that Donald Trump discriminated against black people and housing discrimination. And also my man Rashad Ritchie, and I'll be doing a video on that, already blew the door that Trump has admitted that he really can't stand black people. Someone that was around him, who's come out with a book, a scaling book, a tell-all book, has exposed Donald Trump that he really doesn't like black people. Now, he'll act like he does in order to get you to vote for him and buy his shit. But him and Elon Musk ain't worth a bag of freaking fries. Now, let me show this video. As I'm going to tell you right now, it made me angry. I'm angry, okay? Here we go.
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
What is happening here will swallow our world if we don't stop it right here, right now.
Looking back, there was an early clue that the world's richest man was up to something here.
It's just like,
please let me know if you can hear by putting sevens in the chat room.
why is Elon Musk coming to Memphis?
The people of Memphis soon found out.
Now Elon Musk is coming to Memphis to build the world's largest supercomputer.
A year later,
We here because we need
people here want answers.
It's a job of the health department to protect our lungs and not once have they went to XAI to see that they had 35 gas turbines operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to power a small city with no permits and no pollution.
Do y'all see that? Burning enough methane. God damn. God. Y'all hear what he said?
People here want answers.
It's a job of the health department to protect our lungs and not once have they went to XAI to see that they had 35
Look at this. This is the equipment that he has on the ground. Watch this.
gas turbines.
Look at that. The gas turbines. I found out that they got 35 of these, not 15. At first they said, oh, it's just 15. He's only got a few of them turned on. No, he got 35 out there.
Operating and polluting our air.
We went to Memphis and found an environmental crime scene. Musk's data center burning enough methane to
Look at that methane that's going up in the air. The power is burning enough methane to power a small city. Damn.
Power a small city with no permits and no pollution controls.
I have not seen anything like this. We believe they've already violated the Clean Air Act.
As Musk helps dismantle the very federal agency that's supposed to protect us against pollution like this.
There is no way to miss how this is a coordinated strategy.
What does Memphis reveal about the future Elon Musk wants for us all?
So the mission of XAI and Grok is to understand the universe.
In 2023, Musk founded XAI to produce and sell artificial intelligence.
We want to understand the nature of the universe so we can figure out where are the aliens, what's the meaning of life, how does the universe end.
Its main product is Grok, an AI chatbot that he's incorporated into Twitter, or X. Musk was entering the race to dominate the AI market, but he was arriving late, years after competitors like OpenAI and Google had begun training their AI systems. So in Musk's...
So you see what he's doing? At the expense of black people in this community, he's chasing power because Google and other companies have already created their AI systems. He wants to have the super AI system, which he calls Colossus, which is based off of a movie about a supercomputer that takes over the damn world. He uses this thing called Grok, is the name of the AI system that he's using. He's putting this supercomputer that he has in Memphis, Tennessee, and Boxtown. It's giving off all types of fumes, as you saw, emitting fumes that are deadly. Black people are suffering. He went into a community that he knew that he could get the land cheap. He went into a community where he knew they didn't have a lot of political power. And he also went into a community knowing that what he could do, he could get away with, because he went into the government and gutted all the regulatory, executive programs or personnel who are the ones that keep this shit in checks and balances. So he goes in there, messes around with our personal data, messes around. Trump let him do it. I don't care if they had a falling out. Trump let him do this. And then he goes to a black community and black people, and I told y'all when I did that video about Project 2025, nobody is impacted by the environment as much as black people are. This is called environmental racism. And it's being brought to you by a guy who knows something about racism, because this man comes from South Africa. He's an Afrikaan. He's the one that probably got in Trump's ear and told Trump to let some of his people come over here to reinforce the white supremacy. And white folks are concerned about their genetic survival. And this is the fool whose family benefited from apartheid, and we thinking that he gonna give black folks in Memphis a square deal? No, this man is chasing power, and he don't care if black folks die because he didn't care about the black folks in South Africa either. Shit.
He had to move fast.
We went to the data center providers and said, how long would it take to have 100,000 GPUs operating coherently in a single location? And we got timeframes from 18 to 24 months. So we're like, well, 18 to 24 months, that means losing as a certainty. So the only option was to do it ourselves.
Been waiting for this moment. I am pleased to announce that XAI's Gigafactory of Compute, the world's largest supercomputer, is to be located in Memphis, Tennessee.
You see how it works? The politicians sell us out. You got the white man sitting up there talking about he welcomes them there, and they put it in the black community. They didn't put it in the white community because the white community knows that they're not going to tolerate it. They're not going to tolerate it.
Musk dubbed the project Colossus, after a movie about a supercomputer that becomes sentient and assumes total control of the world.
See,
and
did I tell you that?
My fellow human beings, we all directly and indirectly live in the shade, but not the shadow of Colossus.
When you think about the computational power that it will take to put humans on the surface of Mars, that's going to come from the Gigafactory of Compute that calls Memphis home. We were told that by the company. And so
Everybody, we don't need to be going to no damn Mars. We can't live on Mars. Nobody can live on Mars. You cannot sustain life on Mars. You have to have certain machinery and certain environments. People would have to live inside of something. You can't live. The pressure, the atmosphere of pressure on Mars would burst you. You would have to live inside something to be able to survive. Ain't nobody, we ain't got no time to be worrying about no damn Mars. We can't even live righteously on the planet that we're already on. All this money to fly to a planet that most of us can't even sustain ourselves on or even live on.
Required speed and power.
It's announced as a done deal.
Keyshawn Pearson grew up in South Memphis.
A billionaire and his organization is coming to our city, and we're just finding out after the land has been purchased, after the project has been approved by certain officials, right, who did know.
This is huge. This puts the word out there that Memphis understands operating at the speed of business.
As a community, we're trying to reach out to people and understand what is XAI. He built it without us even knowing that it was being built.
We had to watch this over X or Twitter. Brent Mayo, Elon Musk would tweet often about.
Now, everybody, did you hear what she just said? That they were building this and never told the community what was coming down the pipeline. They didn't know anything about this. This sounds familiar, everybody? Doesn't this always happen to our people? They come into the community. They don't let anybody know what's going on. Nothing. And then we got ninjas like the mayor who don't know what's going on in his own community, who tells us he trusts what Elon Musk is doing with the money that's going to come to the community, but you didn't even know that he was coming in the community. Probably. Or maybe he did. And he felt like, hey, I'm going to get a good deal out of it, so I ain't going to mess up the apple cart. Let him come on in, even if I don't tell my own people about it.
Where they were in the progress, how fast things were moving.
To train an AI system, a data center requires an enormous amount of electricity. The question was, where would the power come from?
Most companies, when they come to the city of Memphis, they plug into our power grid. That's what you think would happen. Why would this be any different? Unfortunately, we learned because it is a billionaire's corporation, it would be a lot different.
XAI made a deal with the local electric company for 150 megawatts of power and agreed to build a new substation to help meet that demand. But Musk's ambitious plans suggested he would need much more power than that, and fast. Soon, people started to notice some unusual structures outside the facility.
I drove out there, and the first thing I did was hear the turbines. You can smell it as well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
Everybody, I want to thank you for your patience and watching this program today. And you're right, my sister, Elevate, the mind healer. It's always in our community, because the problem is that we don't really have leadership to protect us. We don't really have black people in high places that have our best interests. We have black people in high places that are only concerned about themselves. And this is why I'm sick of the black politician. I'm sick of politicians, period, to be quite honest with you. But the black politicians in particular have betrayed us. They're betraying us in our face to this very day. You've got Governor Westmore, who vetoes a reparations bill. I know it was for a study, but I don't like the fact that he vetoed that. We got black mayors in New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, going to a detention center, fighting and screaming and willing to be arrested to protect people, for the most part, a lot of them that are illegally here and some that are criminals. But yet I don't see these black politicians getting themselves arrested fighting for reparations for us. I don't see them going. We got Cory Booker speaking for hours and hours and hours, but I've never seen any black politicians speak for hours and piss in their pants like Cory Booker and talk about issues that we need, things that we want, like reparations, or things that the black community is demanding. Have you seen anybody in black politicians sit up there and do a filibuster for 2 days or a day and a half or 24 hours. No. But they'll sit up there and they'll cry about illegals and all sort of things like this. But not us. And why is it that none of the black politicians, the Clyburns of the world, why are they not talking about this story? Why are they not up in arms? Why are they not down there in Memphis investigating? Why are they not figuring out how they can shut that shit down there? Acquiring minds would like to know. Wouldn't you like to know, everybody in the chat room? Put sevens in the chat room.
The road. Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable
That's right,
turbines
bronze
used like
flat
this.
power.
Patrick Anderson works on air
Power
quality
God,
cases for the
what's up,
Southern
Power
Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits.
Real
And
Aaron
so
Collins, good to see
right
you,
off
brother.
the bat, we started filing records requests with the local Shelby County Health Department. Do you have an air permit application from XAI? And they came back and basically said, no, we have nothing to hand over. We also filed records requests with EPA to see what they had. They also did not have details on what.
Are y'all hearing this? This man is filing stuff.
Here, the turbines.
I gotta play that again.
Well. Such a disturbingly unique smell.
From the road, Keyshawn and others could see a row of machines that are typically only used for remote or emergency operations. Mobile gas turbines.
I have never seen portable turbines used like this.
Patrick Anderson works on air quality cases for the Southern Environmental Law Center.
We know that these kinds of generators require air permits. And so right off the bat, we started filing records requests with the local Shelby County Health Department. Do you have an air permit application from XAI? And they came back and basically said, no, we have nothing to hand over. We also filed records requests with EPA to see what they had. They also did not have details on what is on the ground out there. Nobody from the regulatory side, the health department, the city, EPA, has told the public or us really one iota of what's actually operating out there.
To figure that out, Patrick and his team hired a photographer to capture the data center from above. The images revealed far more turbines than anyone knew about. 35.
What have I been what have I been saying to y'all all show? It's 35 turbines. Can you imagine what that's doing to the air quality and how sick black folks are getting? They tried to say they only had 15. They've got 35. Oh my God.
I couldn't believe it. I was absolutely stunned. How do we not know about this?
According to XAI leadership, the turbines are not being used and are not connected.
Under pressure, XAI claimed it was using less than half of those turbines.
I've talked to the XAI leadership team. There are 35, but there are only 15 that are on.
See, the coon. Oh my God. Oh my God. The raccooning is an. Let me gather I'm really upset, everybody. The raccooning is at an all-time high with this man, the mayor. Let's listen to this again, what he said. This man's in denial. Now, maybe he knows that he's wrong now, but damn it, he was talking wrong then. Let's oh my God. I want y'all to hear this again.
According to XAI leadership, the turbines are not being used and are not connected.
Under pressure, XAI claimed it was using less than half of those turbines.
I've talked to the XAI leadership team. There are 35, but there are only 15 that are on.
Liar. The mayor is stupid. They've already investigated. Y'all gonna find out before this show is over that they've actually been using all 35 of them. So the mayor is just going to take the word because they promising him money. What's going on, Fly Seas? What's going on, Alicia? What's going on, everybody? Sunshine, I see you. Joe Jackson, I see you. Make sure y'all share this video on all your social media because the YouTube is oppressing the channel. I put out 2 videos, uploaded videos about the situation in Tulsa, Oklahoma with the 105 million reparations trust fund. And I put out a video about what's happening to black women with losing jobs as a result of the Donald Trump administration. And once again, Elon Musk. So let me just say this. I'm going to just say this straight up again. If black women lost if the unemployment rate went up to about 6.1% for black people in April, and black women lost a lot of jobs in the federal government because of Elon Musk and Donald Trump, how can any black person or black man or woman make fun of these black people if you claim to be ADOS, if you claim to be FBA? Because have you ever, as much as we keep using this word, don't you know that some of those black women that lost their job, some of those black women are grandmothers, aunties, and some of those black women are foundational black Americans. Some of those black women are ADOS. Some of those black women are descendants of freemen. So how the hell can we make fun of what these two chumps have done when it's impacting our people, and then we want to run around here on YouTube and start claiming this FBA, saying the words like FBA and saying words like ADOS. You can't do that because these black people that work for these in the federal government, some of them are black Americans born here with foundations here. And you have black men that lost their job. So you can't talk that kind of talk. You can't talk that. I don't want to hear nobody using them terms and y'all doing everything to support two suckers, two white men. You know, if we were in the 60s and the 70s, no black person would go for this. Of course, you would have your usual buck dancers, but back in the day, we would handle the buck dancers. But if this was the 60s during the Black Power movement, no black person would agree with anything these two suckers are doing. But somehow in the 21st century, we got all these ninjas that are in the bed with these two suckers. Every stop locked to the Antoine Daniels of the world. What's that police officer on YouTube? I don't know how y'all follow these kind of people. These people ain't real. They're not about it. And the funny thing about it is when that report came out on Rashad Ritchie's channel about Trump saying he really don't like black people, all y'all Negroes out there, y'all black conservatives out there that support these two characters, they don't like you. They don't like you. They'll now check this out. Most of these white supremacists, there's a saying, you can't trust someone who doesn't support his own people. So when you do all this bug dancing for the white supremacists, they don't really trust you. They just use you because they know in their mind. And I've heard from my professional work, this is how the white supremacists really think. Anybody that's not about their own people, that's willing to sell their own people out to be in our good gracious, even the white supremacists, they can't trust you. They won't even trust you because that's a basic principle that you be down with your people. And if you can't do that, even the people that you cooning for, they don't even trust you. They're just going to use you as a lap dog. And when you know what a lap dog is, when you get tired of petting that lap dog, you kick it off your lap and you move on. That's what most of these black folks are that follow these individuals that's doing things that's harming black people now and that will harm black people going forward.
The other ones are stored on the site.
Well, first off, these are expensive. There's a turbine shortage nationally. You don't obtain these turbines and put them on site if you're not intending to operate them.
Thank you.
So Patrick and his team sent the photographer
the white boy
back
knows
out
that?
with a high-end thermal camera.
What we saw is 33 of the 35.
What's going on, Mr. D? My man, Mr. D. Music, JM Music. What's going on, Mr. D Music? Make sure y'all subscribe to the brother's channel. He goes in pretty strong on his channel. That's my man over there, Mr. DJ Music. Check him out. You see him in the chat room. My man, what's going on? We got, man, is on a fleet of nowhere. See, Lord. Oh, well, I plan to do a video about Lord Jamal. He sitting up there clowning. My man, what's the comedian? He clowning, talking about, oh, he'll be the one that'll end up going back on Vlad TV, right? Now, this man told everybody not to mess with Vlad. Now he goes back. So what does that tell you? Just like my brother George Makem said on his video, it shows you that you can't trust these individuals that are high profile, that be talking all this black power stuff. Because if he was about it, he was about that life, he wouldn't be going back to Vlad TV. So I'm gonna have to do a reaction video to that. It's a shame, but let's move on to this right here.
We're very clearly operating.
The turbines were capable of generating about 420 megawatts of electricity, enough to power around 300,000 homes.
They built a power plant out there.
See,
they've done it overnight, no air pollution controls, quick and dirty, no permit.
I mean, what you've done with the cluster in Memphis is incredible. Just in a handful of weeks.
Any given thing can be sped up.
Yeah.
Any given thing can be sped up, even if it's at the expense of black people. Let me let you know something, Mr. DJ Music. See, brother, I could do a video about P. Diddy right now. I could do a video about what happened to the young man in Texas with the stabbing. I can do those type of videos and get lots of people watching over here, gets lots of views, right? But what I learned about YouTube is that when you do content that actually really is content that our people really need, that we can learn from, that makes us aware, when you do this type of content, it don't resonate. It won't buzz through the YouTube streets. Nobody cares. Because the reason why nobody cares, because I can make the argument that black people, and I'm generalizing here, I'm not talking about any of y'all in the chat room, but I think black people in general, we don't care about each other. So therefore, when we hear about this sort of stuff happening, we don't, unless somebody takes a gun and blasts somebody with a weapon, some famous person, then all of a sudden, oh shit, we'll come on over to watch that because, or the young man in Texas who stabbed to protect himself against them white boys, y'all come over and watch that because it's a stabbing. But shit, this is just as worth, if not worse, because he's poisoning these people. He's poisoning a collective group of black people who are truly FBA and ADOS, because this town was built by ex-slaves. These are the descendants. We should be more concerned about what's happening in this town, because we keep claiming that we the foundation of America, and we got our foundational black people suffering. So what's up with that? I should have 1,000 people over here watching when I put a title like that up, that this man is poisoning them in their environment, should I say.
Like whatever speed is being done, it can be done faster.
This is the largest AI cluster in the world. This place is absolutely amazing.
That is like superhuman. I mean, Elon is singular. Building a massive factory in the short time that was done, there's only one person in the world who could do that.
And this entire supercomputer is built to power Grok.
We were given a tour at XAI, looking at the facility. Very impressive, very exciting for Memphis. Their commitment to the community is remarkable.
It's unique in my experience.
Joseph Goffman has worked on air.
What commitment to the community when you're killing black folks with this toxins?
Pollution issues for decades. Until January, he ran the EPA office that regulates air quality.
Most companies that I've dealt with go to great lengths and spend a lot of money to make sure that the day they turn on their operations, they're also turning on their pollution control equipment. That's a given. For a company to do this, it's treating the people who live there as if they don't count.
I like to open my windows early in the morning.
to breathe the fresh air, God's given air, not the air that man want to give us, but God.
Easter Knox lives just over a mile from XAI.
I really wasn't getting the fresh air. I was getting that pollution that was mixed in with everything.
You know how you light your stove and that gas seeps with the little ticking noise? That's what it smelled like.
Alexis Humphreys grew up here, one street away from Easter.
When I smelled it the first time, I was asleep. And it woke me up because I thought gas was seeping in the house, but come to find out, we come outside and all the neighbors was outside trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm going to say again, this is a black community that was founded by ex-slaves in 1863. It's called Boxtown in Memphis, Tennessee. It's called Boxtown because the ex-slaves built the town with railroad boxes. That's how it originally got built. And throughout the years, they have been impacted by the environment, by companies coming in and taking advantage. And this is the same shit that's happening again. And you've got a mayor who seems to be goofy.
He was an ordinary dad, full of joy, full of jokes.
Last year, Alexis lost her grandfather, who struggled with a respiratory illness called chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, or COPD.
COPD is a breathing condition, but you don't get it unless you smoke cigarettes. And my granddad didn't smoke cigarettes, but every 3 weeks or so, my granddad was going to the hospital. He would have to get breathing treatments. I have asthma, bronchitis. My mom have just bronchitis, and now my granny has it.
You can't hardly breathe. It's just like your whole world is collapsing down on you. And it's frightening.
These people are the true, I'm saying this because the data is in the fact. These black people are ADOS, descendants of American slavery. These black people are FBA, foundational black Americans. So if we keep saying that word, we keep getting on the Twitter streets and we keep talking about how it's about us being foundational, then there's no way, I'm going to say it again, there's no way we can support Donald Trump. There's no way you can support Elon Musk, because both of these guys have worked together in tandem to destroy the environmental protection agencies and to get rid of people who are the regulatory agents to stop what this guy has been doing. This is why he could come into this community, not have an air pollution, I guess, what do you call it? He didn't have any permits, okay? Lied and said he wasn't using all 35 turbines when in fact he was. And he had the help of Donald Trump to dismantle environmental issues that also allowed him to do it too by going in there and firing people. So when you look at this black woman on here and the black young lady with the reddish color hair and her grandfather who passed away of a breathing or a condition and he wasn't even a smoker, then you got to blame all this environmental impact in this community that's been brought down on them by corporations, and Elon Musk is just another corporate man who's hurting the community in this way, poisoning them literally, allegedly. And there's no way in hell that anybody who claims to be an ADOS or an FBA person, there's no way that you can support Donald Trump or Elon Musk. You must denounce them because they're harming an FBA community, an ADOS community. Literally founded in 1863. There's no way anybody on these YouTube streets can justify this and turn around and say that they're a Donald Trump supporter or an Elon Musk supporter or both. There's no way. No way around this shit.
Easter and her husband have also developed COPD. What does it feel like?
Feel like you're fixing to die.
The area around XAI leads the state in emergency department visits for asthma. Memphis has one of the highest rates of toxic air releases of any American city, and many of its most polluting facilities are in this neighborhood.
Elon, what he did with Memphis is objectively somewhat dirty, but he's also doing it in an area where there's like a bigger natural gas plant right next door and like a wastewater treatment and a garbage dump nearby.
You hear what this fool, now this guy that's talking, you can look at him and tell that he East Indian.
And he's obviously made the world a lot more clean.
No, he hasn't. So he's justifying what Elon Musk is doing in this community because he's saying, well, the community already had other companies that did worse things than he's doing, and Elon has made the world clean. Where has he made the world clean? Where's the evidence of that? But here you got an Indian dude. You could tell he's East Indian. That's what I'm saying. We don't have no friends. We have lots of enemies. This is why immigration don't benefit black people, black Americans, because these other immigrants that come over here, they want to be white. They bring their anti-black sentiments. This sucker would never say this if Elon Musk had moved into an East Indian community and was polluting that East Indian community. He would never sit up here and say, well, Elon Musk moved into a community that was already had some problems. So what he's doing is not as bad as what they already had before. So therefore, in the bigger sense of the word, Elon Musk has made the world a cleaner place though anyway, even though he's fucking this place up. That's some bullshit. This coming from an East Indian man, and y'all sitting up here talking about, well, these immigrants, when they come over here, they on one accord with us. No, they not. And this is why I don't use the word people of color. We got to get away from that dumbass word. Don't use that dumbass word, people of color. Don't use that word. The Democrats always lumping us in with people of color and marginal groups and gays and all these damn other people that we ain't got nothing to do with and should not be lumped in with, as if they on one same page with us when they not. Listen to this nonsense again.
But he's also doing it in an area where there's like a bigger natural gas plant right next door, and like a wastewater treatment and a garbage dump nearby, right? And he's obviously made the world a lot more clean than that one data center.
In just 1 year, XAI has blown past existing polluters.
They're emitting somewhere between 1,000 and 2,000 tons of NOx. I'm an air pollution guy, so I deal in those numbers all the time, and that's larger than anything else in Memphis.
Gas turbines like these release three main types of deadly pollution: nitrogen oxides, formaldehyde, and fine particulate matter.
Thank you, Keeper 116. Nubian, thank you for being here. Everybody that's here, thank you for the support. We got Earl Owens in the house. Everybody that's here, thank you. Let's continue.
Nitrogen oxides combine with other pollutants to form ground-level ozone, which causes and worsens asthma and COPD. Formaldehyde causes cancer.
Oh my God.
And particulate matter, airborne soot, can pass through your lungs and into your bloodstream, causing heart disease.
This is what's happening to these black folks because of this man's company, this supercomputer that he's created. This is what's harming them. You heard the black woman right here. She's the black woman that was talking in that interview. This is terrible, everybody. If y'all don't have no humanity for your own people, damn it, I don't know what's wrong with you.
We've shown up today because we've been to too many funerals. We've shown up today because we've cried too many tears. We've shown up here today because we're tired. And we have an expectation of the people that we elect and put into place. We expect them to do what is in our best interest.
Well, my brother, I agree with you, but your Mayor Young, is not doing what's in your best interest. And all them other politicians, the governor, and all them other white folks that's in power there, they're not doing what's in our best interest. And Mayor Young, he just thinking about the money. We're going to get this money from Elon Musk, and he going to clean our water up. And while he cleans the water up, if he ever does, you won't have any black people alive to even drink the water, Mayor Young. You won't have any black people alive to even pay the damn taxes in the city or to benefit, unless the plan is to eliminate the black people by gentrifying black people through environmental racism so that you can move in another clientele that doesn't look like us. Do y'all get what I'm saying here? Hit them sevens in the chat room if you're with me and you understand what I just said. Thank you.
Not Elon Musk. And what we're saying is that stops now.
In April, hundreds of people came to a high school in South Memphis to talk about XAI. In January, the company belatedly applied for a permit to operate 15 of its turbines for 5 years.
I'm going to invite a representative up from the applicant XAI, Mr. Brent Mayo.
That's the first time that XAI has publicly addressed the community in any way.
Understand? I hear the statement, but again, XAI is committed to meeting the highest standard of emissions. XAI is going above and beyond the required emission control. And to that, thank you very much for your time.
He immediately left after reading his script. It's extremely disrespectful.
It's time to start telling the truth. The truth is that XAI, who just ran up out of here, they have no controls that prevent air pollution or decrease air pollution in their factories. None. That's the truth.
To date, local and state authorities have taken no action against XAI. Running turbines without permits or pollution controls is also a violation of the Clean Air Act, which it's the EPA's job to enforce. But to date, the EPA has done nothing.
Now, this guy right here, this is very important that I play this.
To date, local and state authorities have taken no action against XAI. Running turbines without permits or pollution controls is also a violation of the Clean Air Act, which it's the EPA's job to enforce.
Right here, this guy right here, this guy here, Lee, this is the guy that Donald Trump appointed to gut the EPA. The EPA's job is to investigate and to stop the things that Elon Musk has been doing to this community and many other bad actors in the corporations out there, right? And Donald Trump, like I said, he gutted the EPA, he gutted the environmental protection agencies. He placed this puppet in there to push the agenda of the corporations. He's doing the opposite. This guy is promoting the whole AI. He thinks that AI, he's promoting that AI is the new move for the EPA. The AI systems go against the environment because to create these AI factories, you have to have these turbines. You do things that hurt the environment. So Donald Trump put this dude in charge of the very EPA systems that this guy right here has a history of being against the EPA prior to getting the job. So he's come in, he's effed the EPA up, which made it easy for this fool right here, Elon Musk, to do what he did because he got the Doge in which he went in there and fired people. Then after they fired people, cut people all up, they got this guy in charge that was appointed by Donald Trump, and they're hurting this FBA ADOS community. So that's why I say you can't be a supporter of Donald Trump. You can't be a supporter of Elon Musk when they both have done things that will indirectly and directly affect black people in our communities when we're already under the threat of environmental racism in a lot of our communities. And in this particular community, a community that was set up and built by ex-slaves, black people that built the community in 1863. And now Trump policies makes it possible for Elon to be able to do what he's been doing so far. And then you can't look at yourself in the mirror and claim to be FBA and be for black people that are foundational or ADOS and say that you agree with all of this shit or the men that have orchestrated it. No, you cannot.
The EPA has done nothing, and Elon Musk is doing what he can to keep it that way. Musk has helped the Trump administration place strict limits on the EPA's budget as part of President Trump's broader project to radically reshape the agency. Trump's EPA has begun what it calls the biggest deregulatory action in U.S. history.
To fulfill President Trump's promise to unleash American energy and give power back to the states.
It
give power back to the states to poison people.
Eliminated the EPA's office that assists heavily polluted communities like South Memphis and canceled billions of dollars of funding for addressing pollution.
So you've slashed already $22 billion in grants, but you used Doge, if I'm not mistaken, to take down your head count?
It's been great. The people working on the Doge mission are EPA employees.
This man said that it's been great to take down people who have jobs. Remember, in April, black women lost a lot of jobs in the federal government. Those black women lost jobs. We got Negroes making fun of it. And wait a minute, some of those black women that lost their jobs are FBA and are ADOS. Deal with it. So if this is what they did, how can you cheer for black women losing their jobs? How can you support this when a black community has been under siege by this fool and you got Donald Trump's lynchmen right here in charge of EPA to gut it? I want somebody to make sense out of that for me. I want anybody on the YouTube streets. How can you justify any of this shit? How can you sit up here and say that you down with this administration or Elon Musk when everything that he's doing is trickling down and the fool that runs the EPA is saying that it's a good thing that he was able to go in and gut people out of their jobs, which made up that large percentage of black women. And guess what? You didn't hear about white women who voted 54% for Donald Trump, white men at 57%, Latino men at 54% for Trump. You didn't hear about any of the white women losing their jobs. But you saw record number of black women losing their jobs, 100,000, 106,000. But you didn't hear any reports or stats about white women losing their federal jobs either. Do y'all understand what I'm saying to you? Hit that damn 7 if you do.
What they provide to me are recommendations. I have found that working with Elon and Doge has been fantastic, a big help to our efforts.
In March, the EPA announced plans to roll back.
He's smiling, y'all, to their efforts. They rolled back 30 air and water quality standards under Trump's administration with the help of Elon Musk, who's dirtying up this community in Memphis by way of Trump's executive orders, and his lynchmen right here is smiling about it. Can't nobody justify to me supporting either one of these fools. And don't give me this shit about, well, Biden was no better. I ain't talking about Biden. We already know what Biden's record is. We already know that Biden did some shitty things to black people. That we already know that. We've already talked about that, already examined that. I've done plenty of videos about Biden in his administration and Kamala Harris. So we already know the Democrats ain't done us too good either. But I'm talking about what's happening now, the man that's in charge now. This ain't about no Joe Biden. This is about Donald Trump's racism and Elon Musk's racism and this whole damn administration. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about them. I don't need to hear nobody tell me what Biden has done. Already been there, done that with Biden videos. Already done talked about Biden on this channel. We know what Biden has done. That's past tense. The Biden right now is damn near got one foot in the grave. We talking about what they doing right now. Don't try to sidebar it with that crap because we already know what we already know what Biden did. He damn near senile and got one foot in the grave already.
Over 30 air and water quality standards, including protections against fine particulate matter. The new head of the agency describes promoting the AI industry as a core part of the EPA's mission.
It's about unleashing energy dominance, making America the AI capital of the world.
This is wrong, everybody. The EPA is not supposed to be promoting corporations putting factories into communities. The EPA, their job is to simply and mainly focus on environmental protections, making sure that nothing that these companies do impact the community. This man is setting up here cheerleading for AI technology. That's not the EPA's job. Their job is nothing more and nothing less is to protect people in the environment and make sure these companies follow the guidelines. This man is setting up here cheerleading Donald Trump and Elon Musk's vision. Damn.
And the EPA can't be restrictive of that. We can't be suffocating it.
Making America the world's AI capital means prioritizing a massive expansion of data centers, and hundreds of them are now under construction.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
With Trump's EPA backing that effort, there may be little recourse for the communities downwind.
XAI comes from a culture of Silicon Valley. That culture is go fast and break stuff. Break things.
A week after this hearing, XAI announced it would reduce the number of turbines it's running at Colossus over the next 2 months, but it's also dramatically expanding.
I'm happy to announce that XAI is increasing their footprint.
It's building a second larger data center.
Oh yeah, we've already started work on the next cluster. Yeah, about 5 times the power.
Where its construction permit application indicates it's considering using between 40 and 90 gas turbines.
40 and 30 gas turbines. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand what that means? Enough electrical city to power 40% of Memphis, but at the expense of the health of the people. That's the key thing here, y'all.
And enough electricity to power 40% of Memphis.
So we're not like stopping here.
In February, during an XAI product launch, Elon Musk gave the closest thing to a public explanation for what he's done in Memphis.
Well, we needed a building, so we found an Electrolux factory in Memphis. That's why it's in Memphis, home of Elvis. And also, I think it was the capital of ancient Egypt. Then we needed power, at least 120 megawatts at first, but the building only had 15 megawatts. So we initially leased a whole bunch of generators. So we have generators on one side of the building, trailer after trailer of generators, until we get the utility power to come in. You know, it's like interesting. It's not like, oh, we just magically made it happen. You have to break down the problem, just like Grok does for reasoning.
XAI did not respond to questions for this report.
What's happening?
Okay, everybody, you see, there ain't nothing to cheer about. What's happening is terrible. What Elon Musk has been doing has been terrible. This is what's happening. We got a man in office that's got 3 years to go in office. You know he's going to try to run for a 4th term. We've got Elon Musk, who's had a falling out with him, but I don't give a damn about that. That doesn't matter to me. That's not what's important. What's important to me is what he's doing to these foundational black people, these ADOS black people in Memphis that nobody seems to give a damn about. And it's a damn shame that there's not more content creators on YouTube that are making videos about this and talking about this while we spend all this damn time talking about the battle of the sexes again, an old, tired-ass topic. Now, I'm going to show you another video. Like I said, this has been going on since 2024. And let me show you this video because there's a lawsuit that's been put in place that the community is putting in place to go after Elon Musk. And I want y'all to see this video. This is from a news video. And here we go.
Public concerns over the XAI supercomputer facility in southwest Memphis. They're saying it's not being addressed according to environmental groups, which is why the group Memphis Community Against Pollution plans to introduce legislation this week to do something about it. Action News 5's Garner Montgomery is live in studio where those closest to this supercomputer got a chance to have a conversation with the mayor. Garner.
This conversation was facilitated by MCAP with Mayor Paul Young. It took place in a Whitehaven church packed with residents who fear the Elon Musk founded company is poisoning the air they breathe. This was the crowd at Saturday's Q&A session with Mayor Paul Young. And for this crowd, they're hopeful for a future without Elon Musk's presence in South Memphis.
People are fired up. People are ready to get organized. People are ready to mobilize against the reality of a rogue billionaire coming into South Memphis and polluting our communities unchecked.
This Whitehaven church is just 7 miles west of XAI's facility in southwest Memphis. The startup, founded by Musk, purchased the land last year to build the world's largest supercomputer. Much of Saturday's conversation revolved around the 18 natural gas turbines which power the facility.
No, there's more. It's 35 that they've got, not 18.
Which the Shelby County Health Department is still reviewing.
The gas turbines are running today. They don't have a permit yet. They're still evaluating their environmental impact. So you're seeing a community that got blindsided and they're angry.
Mayor Young defended XAI's expansion into.
Once again, this ninja still defends them, even though the community is telling him, oh my God.
Blindsided and they're angry.
Mayor Young defended XAI's expansion into Memphis as an opportunity for economic growth for a city in desperate need.
Because when I see people crying and houses falling down next door to them, I gotta find a way to help. And I want to figure out how can we exploit this project for us.
Okay, sir, I get it. You got some problems in the community. It's a poor community. But the dude, what you're missing out on, if your people are getting sick and dying, then how is it benefiting your community if people that look like you are dropping dead like flies and coming down with all type of conditions? And you got kids, black kids that have got asthma in this community because of all the years of other companies that have come in and polluted. Haven't you learned from your past, ninja? I get it, everybody. He's a mayor. He wants to help his constituents. But at the expense of their health? Make that make sense to me, everybody. Can anybody make that make sense?
I know y'all feel like it's us getting exploited.
You are. You are. This man is buck dancing. He's buck dancing. He's cooning around.
From a place of strength.
Young also argued the turbines have the technology to prevent emissions from spreading. But
it's not stopping it from spreading. It's been spreading, fool.
Southwest Memphis' history of health issues caused by pollution has the people of 38109 looking at these propositions.
38109 is the area code.
They want XAI to be held accountable by the city.
Accountability looks like ensuring that people in South Memphis are not gathering around the kitchen table discussing fertility issues, blood issues, ovarian issues, cancer, asthma that they have no family history of.
President Keyshawn Pearson says MCAP is planning to make a case to the Shelby County Board of Commissioners Wednesday to stop the turbines from potentially spreading toxic gases.
A piece of legislation that we hope will dismantle and stop that process from happening. Because if it does continue, they'll be able to bring in more turbines and cause more pollution long.
There it is, everybody. You're right. You're right. If you stand for anything, you will fall for everything. I'm angry, everybody. This is a damn shame that this is happening to this community. And the reason why I'm making a big deal out of this situation, because if it's happening, and they said it in the video, if it's happening in this community, then that means it can happen in any other black community, because you just saw Musk say that they're finding another place. They're going to continue to expand because he's obsessed with controlling the AI. He wants the monopoly on AI because Google and other companies have beat him to the game. So now he's trying to speed up the process at the expense of people's health and the environments being destroyed, so that he can be the head honcho of AI technology. Check this out.
People here are upset about these methane gas turbines, which went up about 2 miles away last year. The turbines provide electricity to keep the Colossus facility running. It uses a lot of power to help Grok do its work on X.
You have the temporary turbines, which are there right now. They are natural gas fired. They are there to fill the gap, fill the void from Memphis Light Gas and Water.
But these turbines also pollute the air, including with nitrogen oxides and formaldehyde, according to their manufacturer. And while Memphis city leaders see XAI's arrival as a chance to bring in jobs and make the region a high-tech manufacturing hub,
it represents a tremendous opportunity, an opportunity for us to take our economy to the next level.
locals in this mostly Black, low-income neighborhood.
He wants to take the economy to the next level. I get it. He's the mayor, everybody. I'm going to say it again. But if all the people in your community are sick, getting sick and dying and have poor quality of life, guess what? It won't matter because you won't have a tax base. Unless, as I said earlier before, the goal is to get rid of Black people by getting us sick so that they can gentrify us out and bring in a whole different group of people and take over the community that was founded by ex-slaves in 1863 called Boxtown. Interesting.
Have a deep-rooted skepticism. Industrial pollution has been left behind by other businesses that have come and gone in the decades before.
Memphis, Tennessee is where a lot of this country's pesticides are made.
The county leads the state in emergency room visits for asthma. And one study found that Southwest Memphis has a cumulative cancer risk 4 times higher than the national average. The company is already running turbines without a permit. City leaders there say that's allowed for up to a year.
Sandra Brown, I see you.
XAI was arguing for a permit to employ 15 permanent turbines. The company says they would serve as backup power and be equipped with technology to make Colossus the lowest emitting facility in the country.
We're going to continue to help build a better, more sustainable electric grid for Memphis.
Get the hell out of here.
XAI has also vowed to stay below legal limits on pollutants, defended its process, and said its tax revenue would support vital programs and services in the area. One professor projected that XAI's 15 turbines would be unlikely to threaten local air quality.
Now, did you see that one professor, did he look like us? What did I say to you guys earlier? Sometimes these people who ain't even like us, look.
Below legal limits on pollutants, defended its process, and said its tax revenue would support vital programs and services in the area.
Now, they use this Asian dude to XAI use their own little scientist, this Asian dude right here, to come up with some BS about how, oh, what they're doing in the community is not going to really affect the community. See? So once again, you get these people that come from other parts of the world that come into our country, people who don't look like us, and they doing everything to hurt us too. This man is propagating for Elon Musk, this Asian guy. This is why you don't use that term people of color and let the Democrats lump you in with all these other groups who don't give a damn about you. If this man gave a damn about our community, he would never set up. He doesn't care because he's getting paid a lot of money by Elon Musk to put up some phony lie and study that, oh, it's not going to affect the Black people.
Professor projected that XAI's 15 turbines would be unlikely to threaten local air quality, but the analysis was based on data from XAI, not independent air monitoring.
Right, it was their own information, and everybody you heard in the video that I played, there's actually 35 turbines, not just 15.
Monitoring. Mayor Young recently said he planned to implement air monitoring in the coming months.
Oh,
and the
Negro,
Chamber
please.
of Commerce said XAI wouldn't be using gas turbines at another new site nearby. But some people tell me that the existing pollution here is already too big of a problem. I can't breathe at home. It's not gas outside. And they won't celebrate until they see all of the turbines removed.
All right, everybody. Everybody, it was very difficult for me to do this. This is a very difficult video to do. This is nothing to laugh about. This ain't nothing to be giggy cuckoo about. This is serious stuff here. This is what's happening to black people as a result of years of neglect towards them by other companies. And then Elon Musk, he moved into this area because he got those buildings probably cheap. He probably figured it's a poor black community. It's going to be less resistance. These black folks ain't going to do nothing to stop me. They're glad that I'm here. I'm the great white hope, you know, and I don't mind screwing over the environment of a black community because, hell, back home in South Africa, hell, my people, we treat black people in South Africa like shit anyway, so I really don't care about what I'm doing to these people here. And wait until I do the next video that I'm going to do, which will be an uploaded video. I'm going to do that video critiquing Rashad Ritchie exposing Donald Trump as he gets exposed for making remarks that he really don't like black people. For you dummies out there that voted for him, you black dummies who voted for him, how you like the bullshit that's going on right now? More jobs are going to be lost. Black women lost tons of jobs. Don't laugh at those black women. See, you can't laugh at them if you're walking around here claiming to be FBA or ADOS when some of those black women may have been ADOS in FBA, in men. You shouldn't do that because now you're laughing at your own people at the expense of supporting these two clowns. I'm going to say again, Elon Musk and Donald Trump. And I don't give a damn about their brother love falling apart. I don't care that Elon Musk is talking shit about Donald Trump. Now look, check this out. He's exposing Donald Trump for being at those parties that Epstein had, hanging out with Epstein. That ain't no breaking news. I've already known that he was kicking it with Epstein. Those videos are already on YouTube. You can dig any of those videos up and you can see Donald Trump sitting up there kicking it with Epstein. And we know he went to the island and doing God knows what with underage girls allegedly. But what do you expect? This country elected a felon into office. So why are we surprised that he's on video with Epstein, or whatever the hell his name is? Why are we surprised that he's at a party where there's a bunch of girls who look very, very young and he's laughing and pointing out to the girls and saying, look, she's hot over there. And they're probably talking about how many of them girls they could take back to his island and do God knows what with. Why are we surprised by that? We got a felon in office. We got a felon president in office. We got a criminal in office. We got a corrupt presidential administration made up of a bunch of DEI hires of people who weren't even qualified for the jobs that Donald Trump gave them. With that said, everybody, I'm about to get ready to get on out of here. I want to thank you for supporting the channel today. Do me the best favor, and that is share this video on all your social media. The reason why I ask that, because I know and feel that YouTube will suppress this video, as YouTube has already suppressed my last 3 videos that were uploads. I go from videos that I upload getting lots of views. Now, mind you, those videos that I uploaded that got lots of views are videos that were polarizing videos, videos that were trending in the algorithms of YouTube. So obviously they are going to get views, right? But the videos that I did, the last 3 videos I did were more educational. But it's a shame because those videos were about what? What's happening to black people. And since this channel in particular does have a large black audience to it, I was very shocked that it didn't get the views that I felt that it should have gotten. But I think it's because YouTube is suppressing the views, and YouTube would rather us talk about things that really are not really going to move the needle, but versus talking about things that do move the needle. But this kind of video, I think, moves the needle. So I don't see YouTube pushing it through the algorithms so that more people can click into the video and watch it. I don't think they want that. I think they want us to continue to do garbage content about the battle of the sexes. Or maybe I should talk about Cardi B and her new boyfriend, Diggs, who's on a boat kicking it with females and looking like he's giving them some kind of pink substance. Maybe if I did a video like that, I'd get all type of, I don't know. But what I do know is that when we do videos that are really about substance on this channel, you know how this works, everybody. Everybody that's followed my channel for a long time, you know that when I do more substance videos, they don't get views. If I do more pop culture videos, you know, what's happening with celebrities, what's happening, you know, polarizing type stuff, those get views. I don't know. This YouTube is a trip. Everybody, I want to thank you again for coming over. Thank you for the last call. Fight the power. Yeah, fight the power. Thank you, last call, for the super chat, my brother. I've just been noticing some patterns. I don't know if the uploaded videos that I did in the last 3 videos, if the YouTube algorithms are promoting them, because maybe the audience doesn't want to see those type of videos. They want to see those other type of videos that I did. Maybe, you know, that's kind of how YouTube kind of works. But it does, I ain't going to lie to you. I'm not going to fake the funk here. It does bother me personally to a little extent when I do a video that's about our people, such as this video that I just done today, and it doesn't do the type of view, doesn't get the kind of views or push through the algorithms that other videos that are less important in the bigger scheme of things can get. That bothers me. Reason why is because this is the type of content that I really rather do than talking about unfortunate situations where a young man, young black man had to protect himself, and in the case stabbed. We're talking about the Carmelo Anthony situation. Those videos got a lot of views because it was a hot button issue. I will do another video on that issue when something new comes out of that situation. Now, we know that they are going to prosecute him as an adult. That's already been put out there. No sense in me doing a video to tell you something that's very much short-lived, right? I did a video about Smokey Robinson. That's been kind of quieted down right now. We'll see what happens with that. But those kind of videos get views because they're more polarizing, right? But I really like these type of videos to get more traction because I think this type of video today is a more important statement in the long run. But, you know, that's how YouTube is. Sometimes videos are going to get traction. Some videos don't. Sometimes they mess with your channel. Sometimes they shadow ban you. Who knows? With that said, everybody, thank you. Oh, just so you know, I haven't launched any new videos on the Truth Media channel because I'm still trying to figure out my formula on that channel. I put a couple of videos out and I'm sitting back and I'm saying, maybe I should change a few things here, maybe change the look of the channel. So I'm still trying to figure out if I want to change the formula of the channel a little bit. I want to tweak a couple of things with the channel. And then once I can figure out my formula for that channel, then I'll start uploading those short videos more frequently, right? So I'm still trying to figure it out. So bear with me. You know, content is you got to put a lot of thought into content when you put stuff together. And sometimes you can do some videos. You can say, is this the direction I want to go with this channel? Maybe I want to pivot and go in another direction. So I'm kind of like that right now with that channel, trying to figure out what type of content and how I want to. I don't want the content I don't want it to be the same as what I do over here. So I've got to figure out something different with that channel. So when I upload the videos over there, you'll see where I'm going with that channel. Now, what I really envision with that channel, the Truth Media channel, is I want to talk about issues that happen to black people that are mysterious, that are like stuff that we don't hear about that often, weird shit, right? Sort of spooky type shit. So I'm trying to figure it out, But I appreciate you all in the chat room. Clap to you again. I want to say thank you to Miss Independent My Way for coming over. Sandra Brown, thank you for coming over. Earl Owens, thank you for coming over. Kevin Thomas. Earl Owens, man, you've been rocking with me for a long, long time. Since the True Royal days. You know who I'm talking about. And Yalpo's been rocking with me since those days too. Yalpo, what's going on, my brother? We got to communicate more too, like you said earlier to me a week ago, brother. Good to see you. Alicia, my Chicago lady. Alicia, she's been rocking with me strong on all platforms I'm on. Let me see. Yeah, thank you for saying that. Great live. Thank you. Yeah, I don't want you to think that I've abandoned doing lives, but I'm gonna do when I have time on Sundays to go live. If I'm home, if I'm available, and I don't have anything going on, then I'm gonna go live. To supplement that, I'm gonna still drop the uploaded videos. And the reason why I have to do that, and I told you this before, Alicia, you know how this YouTube thing works. You've got to keep pushing videos about different topics to stay in the algorithms, so that once you gain support, though, you'll keep getting my videos coming up in your browser. If I don't put out content for a long time and just going live once a week, it doesn't get it, because I lose momentum and I have to put out. Now, that's why I'm puzzled by the other 3 videos that I did. And I'm like, what's going on here? You look at the analytics and you say, okay, people like this, people don't like that. Some topics are kind of like burned out. Some topics that people just don't want to look at because it's too real. It's too in your face. It's too reality. This is a reality-based video I did today. This ain't no celebrity crap. And I think some people, they don't really want to listen to stuff that's real reality. And it can hurt some people that way, but they just don't want to hear the reality of what you're talking about. Tell the truth. Yeah, tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, I appreciate all of you coming over today. Last call for the super chat that you gave me. Everybody, I'm about to get on out of here. 2-star, what's going on? 2-star, Carlene, 2-star, what's going on? Yes, I do miss them. Yeah, I'm gonna do the live. I'm gonna still do live streams on Sundays. The only time I don't do a live stream on Sunday is if I have something busy in my personal life that I have to attend to and I can't go live. So what I'm trying to do is drop a video on Saturday or something, right? An uploaded video, figure out ways to get the content out. When there's topics out there that I wanted to touch on the topic about the cat that his son got shot by the police. And then I wanted to touch on that topic, but then, there's some stuff I like to touch on, some stuff I kind of say, maybe I need to take a step back with this one and get more information, right? But there are some topics that I'm going to touch on that will be sort of polarizing, to say the least, about a variety of different issues that we will talk about. But I'll be on top of it as much as I can. It's tough because, I got all different channels that I do and stuff like that. So I'm trying to do the best I can over here. I appreciate all of you. Everybody out there who had a family member that my daughter graduated from high school. Everybody out there who had a graduation this month or last month with a niece, a son, a daughter, anybody in your family. I want to say congratulations to your family members that have graduated, whether it be college or high school or elementary school or junior high school. Okay? Because this the time of the year when you have all the graduations and what have you. So I want to say much respect and congratulations to those loved ones who have elevated in their education. So with that said, everybody, we're going to get ready to get out of here. Y'all take care. Love you. Peace. Peace. Y'all take care. Share the video, everybody. I'll be back with more videos for you. Peace.
Information is power.